Alright guys, welcome back once again to the Mega Man X collection. Oh boy. Now, I can't quite believe I'm going to be doing this, but up next is going to be Mega Man X6. Now, this is a game that I only really played recently, and it's mainly because I wanted something to pair up alongside Mega Man X5, just because my pattern pretty much for the Mega Man games has been to do them together, to do them in pairs. So it'll just make sense to do X6 next. It's not my favorite X game. It's pretty much one of the worst X games, next to X7, which is the worst X game. But it's not as bad as 7, I guess. That's something I can say about it. Anyway, let's get this started. Now, as you know, originally X5 was intended to be the final entry in the X series, and then it was supposed to start up the Zero series on the Game Boy Advance. But Capcom decided that they wanted to keep going. 3 weeks ago, the space colony Eurasia was taken over by Sigma. Sigma hired a mysterious Reploid, Dynamo. Dynamo led the Eurasia into orbit toward the Earth, thus beginning the tragic Earth crisis. Maverick Hunter Zero, taking the Earth's destiny into his own hands, one Reploid made a crash attack against the furious space colony. It was successful and the space colony was destroyed. But although the Earth was saved, the huge explosion seriously damaged it. As for the battle against Sigma, X and Zero defeated Sigma and narrowly escaped with their lives. However, only one would return from the battle. A blue light, X, still gripping a familiar saber in his hand. 3 weeks later at present. There's so much pollution on the ruined Earth from the explosion that the Reploids can barely work. And a man is... And there you go, that's the intro for X6. So instead of taking place 3 years after, like it's implied in X5, it's actually 3 weeks. Alright, so this game has a really horrible mechanic where you actually have to save Reploids that have been trapped in stages. There are these things that are called nightmare robots that are going to be after them. If a nightmare robot actually manages to touch one of these Reploids, they're infected and they're gone forever, and you can never save them again. If that happens, your best bet is to just reload the save if that happens. Mainly because the reason I would suggest that is some of these Reploids are actually carrying... you might remember in X5 after you defeated a boss, you would sometimes get like a skill or like weapon energy or life energy after you defeated a boss. Well, it's the same way in this game, except you get those from rescuing Reploids, not from defeating bosses. So yeah, if they're infected, they're gone forever, so just reload the save. We're gonna have to go through the stages carefully. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and enter code here. I'm going to push left 3 times and then right. And then... Alright, now hopefully that worked. I just inputted 2 codes there. First one was left 3 times and then right, here hovering over game start. And the second one was pressing L 3 times and then R once. Now what that'll do is it'll unlock Black Zero once we eventually find him. And it'll also give X his ultimate armor, which he would not be able to get normally through the game without the use of the cheat code. So I figured I might as well just give it to him. So this guy is called Dr. Gate. Might as well have failed. Hey, you're still alive, aren't you? X and Zero saved this planet. Gee, I don't know. Could they have been fighting Sigma there, maybe? One week later. Well, looks like he's gone, Maverick. Going mad and it's so liberating. Oh, are you now? I'll build an ideal world only for Reploids. A wonderful world where I control everything. You're starting to sound like Sigma there. There is no one else left to fight. I think you got your spelling a little wrong there, game. You're gonna find that the dialogue is... it's definitely something in this game. Dash function is incomplete. Okay. So yeah, we do start with the Falcon armor in this game, but it no longer has the ability to fly, and it's never fixed. You can only air dash with it now. Also, yes, X can now use Zero's Z-Saber, but he's not very proficient with it, and it's not very strong. Most times you're better off not using it, but I'll use it every now and then. Now, at least with this being the opening stage and all, we don't have to worry about... Oh, these things we have to destroy with the Z-Saber. That's right. But with this being the opening stage and all, we don't have to worry about rescuing any Reploids yet. Now, if you dash and keep using the Z-Saber, then he can use it more quickly, which I don't know if it was intentional or not, but sometimes it's an effective way of attacking. Okay, we got giant drills here. That got that block. And now it's time for the first boss. Hey there, guys. Giant mechanoid, suddenly activated due to a radio wave problem. You're afraid and we got hurt. I'll take care of this. Return to the hunter base now. It acts like it's possessed. Be careful. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we're gonna have to take out that thing that's controlling it. Alright, now we can defeat it. Oh, never mind, it's already gone. Goodbye, giant mechanoid. Zero? How are you still alive? You should be dead, sir. Oh great, now what? Now who the heck are you? Hi, Max. That's a weird name. I'm investigating the Zero Nightmare. Well, you can try. Now, don't even worry about trying to hurt this guy. Nothing you do works against him. All you can do is really survive until he decides to run off. Yeah, see, just like that. Not amazing. You're not wanted here. Keep out. Yeah, well observed there, X. Honestly, I have no idea what's going on, X. I've played this bloody game before. Now this cutscene's weird because there's absolutely no music at all for it. Attention all Reploids on Earth. As you all know, these are chaotic, disturbing times. The nightmare is upon us. It shows Reploids a kind of dream for human beings. No, it's a nightmare. The nightmare makes Reploids confused. In the worst case, they may malfunction or delete themselves. Due to the space colony incident, there are few Reploids or humans left on the Earth. We won't accept sacrifice anymore. This would bring us to the Earth crisis. Taking the matter seriously, we have sent investigators to the 8 suspected areas to uncover the mystery of this nightmare phenomena. It's said that the nightmare phenomena are caused by a ghost of Zero, known as an ace maverick hunter. This is so awkward here without any music. Now, I'd like to call on volunteers. Unite with us and help our cause. Work for these 8 investigators. Our goal is to wipe out the nightmare. And to delete the Zero's ghost. Come together for our future. This High Max will lead the mission. We guarantee your safety if you join us. Both Maverick Hunters and Reploids now suffer. Let's preserve our future together. Okay. How dare! Don't you mean, how dare he? Yeah, Zero gave his life to save the planet. Yeah, I suppose we have no choice, Aelia. Yeah, same as usual, X. Feel the nightmare directly? What? Hello there, Cygnus. We're now beginning our mission to check the 8 areas that Isaac had sent investigators to investigate the nightmare phenomena. But considering the situations of the Maverick Hunters, you are the only hunter who could accomplish these difficult missions. As we've lost Zero, you are our only hope. Can you do it, X? I'll do it. I've just obtained a report on the nightmare areas and the investigators sent to the areas. However, the details of the situations in the areas are still unknown due to bad radar transmission. Also, in case any changes occur in the nightmare area, I'll show you by a red signal. It is difficult to predict what the changes are, though. That's okay, I'll know when I get there. I will discover what the nightmares are and what Isaac's intentions are. Don't push yourself too hard, X. Remember, you are our only hope. Well, be careful, Aelia. Some Reploids may accept what Isaac says is true and come to the nightmare areas. If you find them, secure them and then send them to the Hunter base. The Reploids you have rescued can be surveyed here by pressing the R button. And if you obtain any items, I'll procure them into parts you can use. You can equip the parts with the... Oh, okay. Alright, now let me see something real quick. Give me just a moment, folks. I'm gonna have to go back and enter that code again. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I'm back. Now, it turns out that you can't have both the Ultimate Armor code and the Black Zero code active at the same time, so I just had to go back and input the code again. Now, again, the Ultimate Armor code for X is left 3 times and then right, hovering over the game start icon on the main menu. Yeah, but the reason I went for the Ultimate Armor code is because X doesn't get Ultimate Armor in this game like he does in X5 and X4. Well, I don't remember if he got an X4, but anyway, it should help him out a little bit. Now, depending on the stages you go to, sometimes it has an effect on other Maverick stages. I know they're called Nightmare Investigators, but I'm still going to call them Mavericks. Like, say you go to this fire stage here, it does have an effect on the ice stage, you know, and so on and so forth. Now, the first place we're going to go to is the Weapon Center. And I'll show you X's Ultimate Armor. Now, we're not going to the stage to face the Maverick boss. We're just going here so that we can go to the alternate path. Ready? So yeah, this is X's Ultimate Armor. It's that huge Reploid. You're in the Weapons Center. They have been constructing powerful weapons without the appropriate approvals. A huge Reploid. I assume it's Illumina. Considering that I couldn't pick up any reading of its activation, it must be a nightmare. There has to be cables which are sending energy to Illumina. Find and destroy them. Now with this armor, our Buster is a lot more powerful. We also have the infinite Giga attack just like he had in X5. Now that robot right there, that was a Nightmare robot that we just destroyed. They drop Nightmare Souls, which I'll get into in a little bit. Yeah, if these things get a hold of one of those Reploids in a stage, then it's gone for good. You have to reload the save in order to make it appear again. Okay, good. So that's one energy cable thing destroyed. Now we have to watch out for its tracking laser attack. Now that Reploid above us we can't reach just yet, unfortunately. He's too high up. Okay, there's the second cable destroyed. Now, once you've taken care of the robot for good, then this portal appears here, and this will lead to an alternate path. Now, if we head left here, we find our first Dr.Light capsule. I'll give you data for an armor program. Obtain all 4 programs so that the armor will be complete. The one I give you now is the ARM program for the blade armor. With your weapon fully charged, hold the up button and press the shot button. Then you can attack with the charged blade. You can do it, X. So the armor in this game works the same as it did in X5. You have to collect all 4 of the specific armor parts before you can use it. And also, a heart tank right next to it. Now there's a good chance I'm going to die a couple times in this area, because there's quite a few Reploids to save. Or at least I'm going to try to save them. Oh, and I'm done. It's kind of hard to navigate this area, to be honest. Oh, well, I saved him, but I died in the process. Each Reploid you save also gives you an extra life, which is nice, I guess. The ultimate armor also seems to increase the size of X's X-Buster. His charge shots, anyway. Oops, darn. Now, I think I may have just lost one of the Reploids down there, but that's not a terribly big loss. Because I don't think that particular Reploid gives anything. I'll check it out to see if he's still there, but since it looks like the Nightmare Robot grabbed him, so we're probably not going to get him now. Yeah, he's gone. Oh well, that's not a terribly big deal. Now we can just finish this area. But yeah, since this is an alternate path, we won't be fighting the Maverick here. We're going to be fighting something else instead. Hello, Zero. What do you think you're doing? Zero. Where is Zero? You don't need to know that. Ha! It is you who will be eliminated. Now, kind of funny enough, Zero is weak to his own saber. And we got him. So as long as you just keep using his X's saber against this Nightmare Zero, then he'll go down pretty quickly. Now doing that is important, mainly because, now that he's defeated, Zero is somehow back to life. My reputation has been damaged while away. Being thought of as some stupid toy. It doesn't really explain how he came back to life, he's just kind of there. Seems Sigma didn't defeat me after all. But I searched all over for your parts. Your signal, but I found nothing. That is most unfortunate. I hid myself while I tried to repair myself. I don't see how he could have repaired himself. I had to wait until I was healed. Well, it's been an emotional reunion. But now he must face the nightmare. It's already facing a crisis, X. What are you talking about? Well, it's cool and all that Zero's back, but it's such a lame way to reintroduce him when he was supposed to have died and then be reborn in the Zero series. You found him. Oh, excuse me. You found a mysterious item. It's related to the nightmare. Let's call it the Nightmare Soul. Collect the souls to increase ranking. As your hunter ranking increases, you'll be able to equip parts. The higher your ranking, the more you can equip parts. When you achieve the GA rank, you'll be able to equip limited parts. Unlike the other parts, limited parts should be equipped at the weapon select screen. Don't forget that you can use them only one time. So these are all the Reploids that we just rescued. If they have a little symbol next to their name, that means that they were carrying a part. So we got Life Up, Energy Up, the Master Saber ability, and we also got the Blade Arm part. Alright, so we now have Zero with us. Which is cool, I guess.